I guess I'm stuck on this. Hey folks, how you doing? I'm waiting for Shannon. I just thought I'd come on live. Let's see if I can put this thing on my steering wheel. Ah! There you go. How's everybody go? How you doing? Just thought I'd come on live while I wait for Shannon. She's at the dentist's office. Oh, that's always fun. We're just in the process. This is the product of having your wife do the heavy lifting for you. Shannon is now doing a lot of our video editing, and because of that, let me just turn off the. That's better. And because she's doing a lot of video editing, things are getting done. Imagine that. Anyway, because Shannon's doing the editing of the videos, I hate watching myself on video. I'm not unlike a lot of other people who do a YouTube who would prefer not watching themselves. I don't mind doing it, but when I'm doing an interview, I'm watching the person. Hey, Dwayne from Edmonton, greetings. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on. So when I do these interviews, I watch the person I'm talking to. I don't look at myself. So Shannon asked me a little while ago, she said, well, how far behind are you with your interviews? I said, well, we're like over 30 interviews that we've done. And then what you have to do when you're a YouTuber is you have to prioritize the big ones. You have to, you have no choice. Because we have a budget every single month, which we have to like hit. And it's hard to hit the budget now because YouTube's changed. So as a couple, and then my radio job was eliminated. And that's okay, because I was ready to retire anyway. Look at the big truck. Ooh, at the bottle depot. He's bagging up, baby. Right beside the bottle depot. Anyway, he's got to straighten up and back up. Hello from Houston. Hey, Rick. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on. So anyway, it's okay what happened with YouTube. We've got 3 monetized channels. We can sort of make it work. We're going to do a Today in History thing almost every day on Rock History Book, the other channel, which was always meant to be Today in History. Let me just take off my coat because I can't put on the air conditioning right now because the fan will be too noisy for you guys. And this is professional stuff here, folks. Yeah, it's hot in here. It's Africa hot. Hey, Melody, how you doing? Kitten Care, hi Kitten Care. So anyway, Sue Bailey, hey Sue, thanks for coming on. So anyway, the bottom line is Shannon says, we just lost our radio income because you've sort of been pre-retired, and that's okay because I wanted to retire anyway from the radio job. And so we thought to ourselves, well, I said, Shannon, can you help me out? And she said, yep. And she got on and started doing interviews. She's doing David Henman of April Wine. We're doing this big April Wine special. For the Canadian people especially, you're going to love this. We're finally getting our Klaatu special done. Hello, everyone. Hi, Ripster435, Robert Phelps. Hello from London. Hey, Sudoku Dragon. It would have been cool to do during the eclipse. Yeah, I didn't want to really get involved in the eclipse too much. And besides, Shannon was not paranoid about the eclipse necessarily, but she was just not letting the dogs out, and I can understand that. She didn't let Danica, our autistic 25-year-old daughter, go to her day program. All the curtains were drawn, and she just said, I want nothing to do with the eclipse. I said, well, you're actually doing a lot with the eclipse, because here you are, But anyway, I had a nap during the eclipse. What did everyone do yesterday? What did everyone do during the eclipse? Because I thought, yeah, I'm going to tune out. I'm going to have a nice little nap. So I slept through it because I was putting a hard drive into our NAS, which is a stack of hard drives in a big box. I can dumb it down for you. So we hold all our interviews on there. It's an amazing thing. Because if you lose one of the hard drives, if anyone knows about a NAS, if you lose your hard drive, you still have everything. And it'll let you know something's wrong with your hard drive, and we have spare hard drives in our NAS. That's just a great thing. So we never lose our interviews. Okay, Sudoku, it was out watching it. Yeah. Oh, I was out. Sorry. Kitten Care. I weeded the front yard. Didn't look up. Hey, that's smart. Constructive eclipse. Rick Tyndall. We were screwed in Houston. with the eclipse, too many clouds. Oh, I heard, yeah, quite a show. Some of the footage was amazing, huh? I mean, you know me, I'm very big on if you're a religious person, one should always have respect for people who are religious. I mean, if it's something that fills you up inside and you connect to something bigger than you, that's okay. But some of you saw that I saw it. If you, with people, certain politicians who thought they were going to get raptured, and more than that, you're allowed to think you're going to get raptured. I don't believe in that. I used to follow Bible prophecy, read the Hal Lindsey books. I did all that stuff, and I enjoyed it while I was doing it. But for someone to say that the United States is being punished from God when there's crap happening everywhere, that's beyond my line of comfort. I don't want to get into politics. Anyway, so there you go. So anyway, Shannon is helping me a lot. She's doing an interview a day. It would usually take me 3 days, sometimes longer, to do an interview, to cut it up, because I'm watching myself and I don't like it. And Shannon's just getting on there. She's taking all my ahs out. And Rick Tyndall, oh yeah, I already got that. She's just making, we honor the guests when we do an interview. We make sure that if they trip over their words or if they forget something, we'll edit it so that, because sometimes I look up stuff, it's very rare that I'll go, oh, you don't know the year? I'll look it up. And then I'll say, well, just patch it together. It's okay. And any TV station would do that as well. Yeah, Rick Tyndall says politics suck. Yeah, we don't get into politics in this thing. My line in the sand, I always say, when people say that we're somehow being, the United States or America, North America in general, are being punished by God because of, I just went, come on. Let's come on. Anyway, if that was the case, I'd be gone a long time ago. No, I'm just joking. No. I've repented for anything I might have done in the past. There is a channel that I have, by the way. It's called John Bowden. It's just named after me. And if you go into John Bowden, the channel, I don't know if you can even look it up, but it's there. There's, I think, 3 videos on there. One with a family of skunks going towards our old house in New Brighton here in Calgary. And one with this gigantic, humongous storm coming towards us. Chase and I are on a hill. Chase is 20 now, but he was a kid then. And I've decided that, I'm always grappling with what to do with that channel. And you guys, some of you guys have heard me talking about this for a long time, going, what do I do with that channel? I think I'm just going to make that more of a family channel. They never do well. Whenever YouTubers are successful and they do a family channel, they only do it for a little while. But I'm not doing that to do, I think I'm just going to follow sort of what we do, talk about life lessons, things that I've learned without being preachy, and do that. I'm not sure yet, but we'll have to see. Anyway, some of you have been asking, have you really been thinking of quitting YouTube? Well, we can't. We're stuck in a situation where this is what we need to do. The other side of that is I enjoy doing YouTube. Shannon likes doing it. Shannon wants to be on camera more often. She's doing all these editing things, and this is how we make our money. We make a living now solely on YouTube. I get my pension in a year, less than a year, but we're not looking at that. We're just going, this is what we do. We're I hate to say YouTubers. I don't use the word influencer. I hate that freaking word. But we're YouTubers. When people ask me what I do for a living, this is it. 41-year broadcaster YouTuber. And we enjoy doing it. But I saw all these YouTubers quitting, and I went, what the heck? Why is everyone quitting YouTube? A lot of people. But those are people who were YouTubers, influencers, who were used to making multiple thousands of dollars a month. And some months we do really well, multiple thousands. But that's rare now. It doesn't really happen anymore. Luckily, we just make enough to get by. And we're happy with that. We have to watch what we spend, but we like doing YouTube. It's fun. It's nice getting on with you. Like a few of you said, one gentleman said he's from London. I'm not sure if it's a gentleman, but all over the place. We're talking to 90% of the folks who are on our channel are American. We love that. lot of people in Canada have no idea who the hell we are. Diane, I have to pick this up, Diane. I can't see. Hi, John. Just watched your interview with Ronnie Platt. I missed it yesterday due to traveling from the Richie Fiore concert. I'm going to be part. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. I was asked to be part of the Richie Fiore documentary. I have stories to tell you from meeting him that I would love to pass on. Oh God, yeah. Email me, johnbowden@icloud.com. I think it's in the video. I'm pretty sure if not there, no, it is there. It's johnbowden@icloud.com. Not John dot, just John Bowden, JOHNBEAUDIN. Diane, I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, please email me. A lot of folks don't realize, but people email me every single day with like stories and stuff. I have a Leonard Skinner guy who has shared me so many Skinner ideas because he was in the universe of Leonard Skinner. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put him on. I'd like to. Not sure if he wants to. Excuse me. Oh, didn't get enough sleep last night. Last time I looked, I was a gentleman. Oh. Diane Smith got it. This Day in History, Elton's Jump Up was released in '82, one of my favorite albums. That hit Empty Garden, yeah. Full time. Bruce says, hey John, enjoy your show. Always enjoy the Elton John band segments. They don't do well though, very much. I really enjoyed last night's Elton and Bernie being awarded, 2024 Gershwin Prize for Popular Song. Yeah, enjoyed was watching was a Metallica clip from that last night. I watched the Metallica clip and going, wow, Love Lies Bleeding, Funeral for a Friend. That was freaking amazing. All the power to him. Elton deserves everything he gets. Again, though, I will say, and I was just thinking about this when I'll show you. To get in here, I was just driving. See the cars on top there? We came in that way. I was just about there when I was thinking to myself, I'm going, people think, I have nothing against Neil Giraldo, Pat Benatar's husband, but the fact that he's in and the Elton John band's not in makes no sense whatsoever, because they had a way bigger influence in the history of rock and roll than Neil did. But the fact that they let Neil in, it's good. That means side players, because it wasn't his name on the album. He's Pat Benatar's husband, guitarist. So that's good. But if they're going to do that, why didn't they let the Elton John band in? Why didn't they let Billy Joel's band in? All the background players. There's so disrespect for people who are in bands long-term with solo artists as opposed to groups. What is that? What's going on there? It's ridiculous. Like, sometimes, of course, some of these band players don't write the songs, and Elton John did not share songwriting with a lot. Like Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, that guitar piece was such a big part of the Elton John song. Davy Johnstone should have got a co-write, but he didn't. Okay, I have to read this and I can't see. Rick says Elton John's band doesn't get the respect it deserves. Sudoku Dragon says, you get me to start going over Foreigner's albums. I'm really enjoying almost 5 songs. Okay. I love Foreigner. But it's strange with Foreigner, as much as I love their second album, which was a huge album for them, the second biggest selling. After 4, Double Vision with their second biggest selling album. So no sophomore slump for them. But Head Games came out. I don't know why. It must have been the spot. I saw the Head Games tour with the original lineup. It was an amazing show at a thing called Rock Circus. I'm having problems reading your things. Muscle Shoals rhythm section should be in. Oh my God. Yeah. Hey, Max Brand, how you doing, man? Nice to have you on here. We're just hanging around. Sometimes it's when I'm waiting in the car for Shannon, which is more times than not. You'd be surprised. Sometimes we have, is it TJ Maxx? TJ Maxx is Winners here. And I don't know why they didn't call it TJ Maxx, but she likes to go there at Winners a lot. And I'm sometimes going, if I go in there, I'm going to lose my will to live. And don't get me wrong, I love the store, but I don't always feel like going in. Thanks for the shout out, but We'll be leaving soon. Max Brand, you got it. So there you go. Just hanging around. It's a beautiful day in Calgary. There's not a lot of clouds in the sky. I'll show you again. We're moving. See, it's just really nice out. And Shannon's having her teeth done in there. And there's a pink bug. Pink boogaroony. And I'm just hanging out. I told Shannon, I just brought my bottles to the bottle depot. $29. We should just throw them away. And one day Shannon says, why don't we just go to the, save our bottles, and every 3 weeks we'll go for lunch. And I went, okay. Best Led Zeppelin album. To me, it's always between 4 and Physical Graffiti. Some people say Physical Graffiti should have been a single album. No way. God. I love almost everything else on there. Sorry, Shannon said, don't. We're doing live feed. Don't. Oh, yeah. Bruce says the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame should change their name to Pop and Whatever Hall of Fame. Yeah, I just reached out to Peter Frampton for an interview. Peter has never given me an interview. I've tried maybe 4 times. This would be the 4th time. So I'm hoping to get an interview with him. It'd be really nice. He's right in my wheelhouse. I think he deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, you can always fix that, but once they set precedent on how they nominate people, they really can't change it. It's kind of hard. Because they'll go, well, if you let this person in, R&B artist, you got to let all these other people in. So it's kind of hard. But the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I hate going to a supermarket and you'll see someone pass by and their mouth is wide open and they're yawning and they don't care. And one part of me says, well, good for you. You don't give a crap. And the other part of me says, I don't want to see your teeth. Thanks. Sudoku says, what will the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame do now that everyone is pop? Nap time, Rick says. I get in the car and I always start yawning. I don't know why. It must be a psychological thing. Scott Alford says, John, I'm your brother. I've spent hours in my car waiting for my wife shopping at every store. Yeah. Well, she's getting her teeth done today. Shannon has the best dental hygiene of any human being I have ever met in my life. Shannon I don't know what it is about Shanny. She never has bad breath. She's always had beautiful white teeth. Mind you, her front teeth are she lost her teeth in a skiing accident when she was a teenager. So she's had to get her bridge replaced over and over again. But the one she's got now is going to be permanent. Melody R says, I've been voting for Peter Frampton. Thank you. Peter Frampton so deserves to be in there. My God. Not only because of Frampton Comes Alive. I was one of those guys that loved I'm In You. I had no problem with that album. The cover, it didn't bother me whatsoever. Okay. You mentioned that you and Shannon would like to go to a Kansas concert. They just announced coming to Colorado Springs October 11th. Please come to Springs. I would love to meet you all. Colorado is in our wheelhouse because it's very much compared to the weather of Alberta. Very often. So I'd like to go. Might go. We want to travel a little bit more. You know, whenever we say we're going to go to a particular city, there's always someone says, hey, come in. I know you're not doing that, but sometimes people will say, hey, are you coming to England? Why don't you come to our house? I'm going, well, I'll come to see you. Sure, I'll visit people, no problem. But, hey, why don't you sleep over? I'm going, no, we don't want to do that. Again, I know you're not doing that, but it happens so often that if we just mention the place, but we could never do that. And plus, with Shanny and I, it's a whole show because we've got Danica, and it's a whole show or something. Robert says, is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame still relevant? I think it is. Yeah, I'd say it is. They've just had some missteps. You know, I used to be the co-chair of the Canadian Smooth Jazz Awards when I was in Smooth Jazz. And I saw a lot of, and I was co-chair, so I was on the inside. And there was a lot of, there's politics at every award show. And it's hard to get along with the people who you work with. It's not saying they do anything wrong, but they have different standards all the time than you do, and they're not necessarily bad or good. It's just I found it very difficult, very very difficult to work under that umbrella, because there's especially when nominations come out. But we tried. I think we did a good job under the circumstances, but it's very very difficult. I was the judge for our version of the Grammys, which is the Juno Awards, for a couple of years. I keep thinking it's 3 years, but the first year was kind of none. And I enjoyed that. They would send you a big box of CDs, just a big box, and you had to listen to them. And I remember talking to someone else who was a judge, and that person said, "I don't listen to anything." And I'm going, "What? No, it's a prestigious thing to be asked to be a judge." And that person just told me, "Nah, I just picked who I think is better." "Do you know all the artists?" "No." I'm like, "Oh, no. Anyway, that'll happen it happens to the Academy Awards popularity contest, right? It would be, Michelle says, it would be interesting to hear, hold on a second, your thoughts on Don Henley lip syncing. Well, it looks like he is doing it. Is it Sia Pegasus? Who's the name of the guy? Bruce Alverson. Belinda Carlisle is so talented. Her version of Mad Men Across the Water and Skyline Pigeon were awesome. Last night at PBS. Can't wait for her production of Elton's upcoming new album. New album this year. Yeah, it's supposed to come out this year. Everyone's really, really anticipating this new album. So am I. I don't like Elton with duets. When he does that, I don't care. I don't listen to Elton John for duets. And that's nothing against Elton. I love Elton John. He's my favorite artist of all time. But I don't go to Elton John. I don't listen to covers of Elton John songs. Live, they're good. Like last night, that was kind of cool, like I said. But whenever there's a duets album, it's Elton with younger artists, I have no interest in that. Like, absolutely none. But they do well, so obviously a lot of people do. So good for them, right? Whatever, people were criticizing the Eclipse people yesterday, and I'm going, I don't know, if it brings you joy, if it makes you feel good, if you're enjoying the Eclipse, all the power to you. Good for you. It's just not my thing. I mean, it very much is a natural phenomenon. It's thanks, science. You said Brandy Carlisle. I hope I said Brandy Carlisle. Brandy Carlisle is one of the most talented, newer performers on this planet. I just think she's wonderful. Yeah. Casey Musgraves is another one. I like Casey Musgraves. I love her voice too. I love Elton and Leon Russell's The Union. Oh, I reviewed the album on our channel, Aircom Radio Network, an early channel. That's where I started doing my videos, Aircom Radio Network. And then my son Chase started doing videos on there. And and then I just thought I'll start a rock channel. Yeah, Rick says Brandy did kill it last night. What is it? Atelier. I grew a long beard once while waiting in the car for my colleagues who went shopping. Oh, someone was telling me that yesterday that someone gave Robert Downey Jr. hell for doing his beard, for coloring his beard. I always do in the summer. I always put a light darkness on it, just a little darker, because I'm unfortunately I walk a lot in the summertime. It's something that I do. And this guy's walking up to my car. There you go. He's just hanging out. I'm not sure why he walked so close to the car. Now he's looking back at me. Am I a paranoid guy? Not really. But I lock my doors in the car when I'm by myself. I do, and I always tell Shannon too. Justiny says, hey, Justiny, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame will be somewhat legit because I haven't quite added them yet. Robert Phelps, Don't Go Breaking My Heart, Elton John, Kiki D was good. Yeah, I like that one. Paul Burrell. I listen to conventional country music, Waylon Jennings and stuff like that. Sudoku, a fan maybe, Coachella Arcade. I can't read that. Oh God, selling their rights. I think that I'll be selling my interviews one of these days. Later on, someone's going to come up to me, and you know what's going to happen. Someone will come up to me and say, okay, I'd like to buy your catalog of interviews. And I'll probably go, okie dokie. But I won't sell the uncut. I'll only sell the cut interviews because there's a lot of off the record stuff. And if they say off the record, it's meant to be off the record. It should never see the light of day. So I'll never sell a tape where you'll hear me say off the record. I mean, accidentally, if it ever shows up, that'll be an accident. So I think it's okay. Sudoku, yeah. Well, Gene Simmons, I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did. It's a lifetime of your work. It's like selling your company when you retire. Paul, love Calgary, beautiful city. Only rock band I've seen that's from Calgary is Loverboy, which I've seen twice, and they killed it both times. Rock bands, there's a lot of local rock bands, but not not ones that I necessarily know. I just heard Paul Dean does not live here anymore. He was the guy who was from Calgary, the main guy, because Paul Dean's band, basically, him and Mike Reno. And he just moved back to Vancouver, I just heard. Renoir, hey! Hi from London, glad to catch you live. Nice to have you on here. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, Calgary has a lot of really good bands, but not nationally known. Tegan and Sarah are a newer band, but they're more sort of poppy. I like Tegan and Sarah a lot, but I'm biased because I know their dad quite well, Stephen, and they're a national band, but they're not rock. They're certainly not rock. They're a big Canadian duo though, and I like bugging Stephen because he's got. If you look up Tegan and Sarah with their dad, there's pictures of him with really long hair, and he's nothing like that anymore. But I was just at his place like 3 days ago, and we talk about music a lot, quite a bit. But yeah, so just hanging out. This is the place we're hanging. See, it's just a strip mall with a old I forget what it's called. There's a Bottle Depot there, and I went to a Value Village type of store where you'll never find a good piece of vintage equipment ever in your freaking life. You see these people online that get these prizes, these Sansui G5 9000 receivers worth like 10 grand. Oh, I got it at the Value Village for like $10. I'm going, how? You know, how? Or JBL L100 speakers, you know, for like $5. Come on, I never get that. Okay, let me see. Hi, Renoir. Yeah, Justiny. I don't know how many Canadian bands will get into the Hall of Fame. They're not anti-Canadian. There's just, I don't know. There's the Guess Who should be in. Backman Turner Overdrive should be in. Tim Rempel. Oh, hi, Justiny. Thank you for your super chat. Judging from the amount of money we're making this month on YouTube, comes in handy. Would you interview Old Goats of Asgard? I don't know who that is. Is that really a band? Bruce Alverson. Speaking of Canada, the Guess Who should have been there like 20 years ago. True. Yeah, there you go. Well, I think they'll get in. Robert Lawson, who is a Canadian author who wrote a Guess Who book. We're going to put the rest of his interview up real soon. He didn't think they'd ever get in. Diane Smith, my husband and I went to Banff, for work conference. We stayed at Castle Hotel. Oh, cool. Oh, you're talking about the Banff Springs Hotel. The Castle one? Yeah, it's Banff Springs. Lifetrack, hello. Hi, Lifetrack. Lifetrack, do you do like, that sounds like a exercise. MR Physician fan. MR, why do you want me to say that? Justiny, Loverboy should be in the hall. Love and Spoonful is not Canadian. Diane Smith, yes. Why? Okay, you're going to get banned if you keep saying that. There you go. I don't know why people do that. I just banned that person. Yes, Banff Springs Hotel. Oh, in Belgium, hi, live track. Hey, nice to have you on here. Justiny, LOL, live track. Hello, Sudoku, yay. Kitten Care, my Guess Who are not, the Guess Who are not in. It's a crime. Have many great songs. They'll get in. I think the Guess Who will get in. I'm pretty positive they're going to get in the next few years. I was not a Firehouse fan whatsoever. I barely knew anything about them. Live track, thanks. So yeah, that's with music news and obituaries. I'm a lot more discerning now of. I kind of want to cover the people who are relevant to the channel more so. The other thing is, unless it's Elton John or Billy Joel, I want to, when I'm in the middle of recording, right now we've got Malcolm Bruce coming up this afternoon, who's the son of Jack Bruce of Cream. With that sort of thing, I introduce who he is, and then I'll go into a little 3-4 minute thing on Cream. Not that I have to, but we're getting back to journalistic styles where if I'm talking about if someone comes up in an interview, it's important for us to let the audience know who that is. We can't always assume they'll know. And then the people who know everything, it seems, get mad when we do that. But we can't, I used to say we can't shop for them. We can't only work for the people who know everything. You've got to journalistically, if you say, you know, when I like Bobby Kimball, if Steve Lukather says that, you've got to tell him Bobby Kimball was the original lead singer of Toto. You can't just assume people know that, right? So we're getting back into that style. It's a lot more work, but I enjoy that. And a lot of the photos that we put up now and the videos, they're 4K. They're very, very high quality. Oh, the Schmengi brothers, Ernie. Should be. I'm Yoff Schmengi. What's the other guy's name? Yoff and I forget the two guys' names. And we're the Happy Wanders. He's talking about SCTV. Justiny. They will put big country stars in Hall of Fame. Johnny Cash, June Carter, Ray Price, Eddie Arnold. Before Priest and the Guess Who. I don't know why they did that. I think they're trying to diversify the market. I don't know why they did it. They just shouldn't have done it. They should have just stuck to, you know, I think rock and pop and some R&B, but you can't, the problem with that is most rock eventually came from black music. I mean, it's just where it is. I mean, looking at the history of Elvis is a perfect example of that, right? So it's hard not to when you go, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and a lot of rock and roll came from black music. It's just not an arguable thing. It just did, right? So it's hard. Bruce Albertson, looking forward to Billy Joel's 100 Madison Square Garden next Sunday. Go Billy, it's still rock and roll to me, yeah. Sudoku, I've ever interviewed any members of Rainbow. I have. I've interviewed, oh God, what's the guy's name? He always wore beautiful suits. Oh, what's wrong with my brain? Oh God, it'll come to me. Thinking. No, Diane, I've not interviewed Matthew or Gunnar. I had a chance to, and it fell through. Yeah, Nelson Brothers. Atelier Wolf Hoke. Tony Carey. I'm not sure who you mean. Rob Rubin. They should just change the name to Music Hall of Fame. Yes! Yes! That's it right there. The solution to all this is what you just said. That's the solution to the whole damn thing. No one has said, I'm gonna FaceTime, I'm gonna put that down. Yes, that's it. The Music Hall of Fame. But the problem with that is then it becomes so fat and you're covering so much real estate that no one's going to be happy. But yeah, it really is. They're doing a Music Hall of Fame. Graham Bonnet, thank you. Thank you. I interviewed Graham Bonnet. I never put the interview up. What happened was you just got lost in the shuffle. Thank you for the reminder. I'll put it up. Okay, Robert Phelps. If you heard the 1969 album Fiends and Angels by Martha Velez, it's worth a listen. Okay, I'll put that down. Melody. I grew up listening to Elvis, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Justin E. Then that opens the door for someone to start the rock and roll. Oh my God! Oh, that's so. I gotta take a picture of that. That is funny. That is really, really funny. Thank you. Hi, John. Is it possible to get an update from John Zeka on the documentary? I haven't talked to John in maybe 3 months, 2 months. So I don't know what he's doing. I'll check in with him. Rick Tyndall. I'm 100% behind the Motown artists behind the Hall of Fame and Willie Whalen and Dolly plus others. I agree with those for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Country music really affected early country, affected rock. The different is that Shannon? No. The different genres of country music affected rock. It just did. It's not like it's a maybe thing. It isn't. Justin E. Someone has to start another Motown. I think they've been trying to do that. I think different labels. There's a lot of great R&B, urban artists out there. There's just so many great artists that when I play, there's a playlist on Spotify that I've created. And when I play it, it's not uncommon for Chase to walk into the room because I'm playing it loud and say, "Who is that?" Or Shannon to walk into the room and say, "Who is that?" I said, "Well, I heard that at Winners, TJ Maxx. I heard that in the background." And I went, "Who is that?" So I'll ask my phone who it is, and it'll tell me, and I'll go, "Well, good. I'll put that on my playlist." I hate it when people say new music sucks. I don't believe in that at all. Come on. It's disrespecting all the up-and-coming artists that have worked as hard, sometimes or just as hard. Some of them not so much because they have technology. Justin E. Barry Gordy Jr. was a friend with all the people. Melody R. Nick Mason's a good interview. I've tried to get Nick. The inner log. Hey, John, Irene Brophy. Hey, Irene, how are you? I'm just in the car waiting for Shannon, who's at the dentist. Sudoku. Taylor Swift is a good singer and a songwriter. I think so, too. You know, I hate it. I know it's going to happen. There are people who don't like Taylor Swift because where she leans politically, or Bruce Springsteen and stuff like that. I'm going, or even Ted Nugent because he swings the other way. And I understand that. I never liked Ted from the beginning. I mean, I like Cat Scratch Fever and a few other tunes, but I never liked the guy. But you know, there are a lot of artists when I was growing up that I didn't really like the people that much, but I'd listen to them. So that's going to happen no matter what. Melody R., you were listening to great new music today. Some other rock legend died of a heart attack yesterday. Who is this? Yeah, who was that? Justin E.? I'd like to know. Look, a moment of silence. I actually stop talking for a second. Looking for Shani. I wonder where she is. You know what we're doing after this? Oh, you don't know. Some of today's stuff isn't bad. This is how exciting we are. So right after this, Shanny and I are going out and buying a hot water tank for our house, our hot water tank. We bought this house, I think it's 10 years old. Shannon will tell you, she's going to come in soon. And we started not having enough hot water to fill the tub. Not that we're big bath people, but I like having baths. Deep Purple and Yes. Oh, Deep Purple and Yes announced a tour. I can't go into it now because if I do, excuse me, it will disconnect me. I wonder if I can see it on my phone. Hold on, let's see. Maybe I'll see it on my phone. Hold on, this will be funny. Just give me a second. This would be so funny if I can see it on my phone. On my watch, rather. Well, I don't think so. I thought I had Ultimate Classic Rock on here. I love that site. I think their writing's very, very good. Open Ultimate Classic Rock. Wait. Maybe. Oh, it won't open it for me. Okay, never mind. So yeah, if Deep Purple and Yes are touring together, that'd be a hell of a lineup. Oh yeah, CJ Snare. Got Deep Purple tickets. MC said, oh cool. Diane Smith, Firehouse. Yeah, CJ Snare. Oh, Sam from the Bodines. Yeah, well, I talked to Kurt. I should talk to Sam. Okay, that whole thing with Kurt's daughter. I have to watch my words because I will get demonetized. But there was some funny stuff that was accusations from Sam, from Kurt and his daughter concerning Sam. I don't know if it's true. I don't want to be one of those guys that says just because someone says something doesn't mean it's true, but you don't know. I looked at the evidence and I couldn't decide one way or another. But it would balance the narrative. You're very, very right. I should track him down. Yeah. Carl Snare of Firehouse is the dead guy. Yes. There's a lady probably going to her. She's probably wondering why I'm talking to myself in my car. Yes, we finally got that out. I was deep in production yesterday. There was no way I could have done anything. I didn't even know. When I'm in production mode in the basement, I don't even have the internet. I don't want to know what's going on. Shannon will always know that if something major happens, she'll come down and say, hey, if it's an Elvis type performer, she'll let me know. But other than that, when I'm deep in production, there's not a lot I can do. I've got to finish it. I've got this file that I've got to finish. Like again, I said a while ago, where our criteria now is to basically put everything in 20-minute videos, 4K 20-minute videos, and don't get carjacked, Justin E. It's locked. It is locked. My car's locked. It's always locked when I'm in the car by myself because they're at car. I mean, this is a big city. Calgary's a huge city, and people get, crap happens. Or you can just rent a nice U-Haul. U-Haul, lowest cost truck, $19.99 per day. That's the kind of quality you get on Rock History Music. That's it. Hope YouTube does think I've got an advertisement in my thing. I don't even know why they're here. They've never been here before. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where Shanny is. She's been in there an hour. Love the Lou videos. They were old, but I did put the Lou videos on for a reason, to sort of prove that something wacky's going on with YouTube. Because some of those Lou videos have gotten 500,000 hits. One video. 500,000 hits. So I thought I'd brush it up a little bit, do a live feed, and put one on that had 500,000 hits before. And you're allowed to on YouTube do a different beginning, do a live feed, different ending, different middle, because I come in and talk. 3,000 hits. So what worked before certainly isn't working anymore. And I did it 3 times. And so you know, when you get 500,000 hits, it helps you. Doctor's Insomnia wrote Justin, he said I bought most of my records in the 70s. 70s and 80s for me. And I still watch, what's his name? There's a new artist, I'm trying to think of his name. Isn't that awful? There you go, can't think of his name. Bernie Sharabelli. Bernie is Michael McDonald's guitar player, has been for like 34 years or something ridiculous. And he's one of my, is the way you spell his name is a little out there. If you look up Michael McDonald's guitar player and look him up on Spotify or Apple, his music just blows my mind. Like, his music is so great and it's pop rock. It just blows me away. Bernie Sharabelli. We're gonna put his interview up right away. Blackmore's Rainbow, Dr. Insomnia says, Kitten Care. Have you interviewed anyone from Genesis other than Hackett? Anthony Phillips, Daryl Sturmer, David Henschel, their producer, but not any of the last original guys. Shannon's coming in. Hi, Shannon. I'm doing a live feed. You gonna say hi?
Oh, hi.
Oh, she goes, oh.
I just got to the dentist.
Hi, say hi.
Hi.
Are you frozen?
No, but I'm just...
You know what I said? I said we're going to buy a hot water tank.
We are.
We're really exciting with what we do in life. So I guess we got an appointment to go to that.
We do.
Look, Dr. Insomnia says hi, Shannon. Diane Smith says hi, Shannon. Kitten Care says hi, Shannon. Irene Brophy says hi, Shannon.
Enjoy your day, everyone.
That's code for we got to go get our hot water tank. You bastard, John Bowden. Bruce Alverson. Thanks, John, for keeping us informed on rock history music. Not many of my favorite musicians are left here. I understand. It's a great free documentary on YouTube in Chicago. Terry Kath. I saw it. Sue Bailey. Hi, Shannon. Sudoku. Hi, Shannon. Loyal Opposition. Great, Shannon. Great channel. Destiny. Love the song Shannon. Yeah, we do too. He played it for Shannon. Okay, we got to go. This is it. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Oh, no, I keep forgetting how to do this. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, guys, I got to go buy a hot water tank. Take care.